Welcome to Miss Eller's class, aka MTV Cribs. Oh hey! I didn't see you there. No, in all seriousness, I'm here today at school and I'm gonna be telling you why I love my job in all caps, okay? I'm gonna be telling you some stories that have happened here. I'm gonna try not to laugh because these are serious stories, but we're gonna have fun while we're doing it, okay? I wanna tell you why I love being a teacher, and I wanna help anyone out there who's like thinking about becoming a teacher and you're like, I don't know. This hopefully will help you to see why I love it so much, and anyone else who's just wondering, and anyone who just wants to be encouraged and inspired in the Lord. Here we go, let's do it. So first we're gonna come over here to the reading corner. Follow me. So this is where the kids read. Sometimes camera woman, would you mind coming just a few steps closer? Thanks. Most of the time this is where we come to read, but sometimes I teach Bible stories back here. So the kids will sit and they each get one pillow, unless it's the big one, then you can share, right? Okay, just kids things, right? So they all will sit here and I sit in the rocking chair. Yep, big donut thing. So we were sitting here reading the story of Daniel, Daniel in the lion's den. I read that to him, and before we read it, we talked about the word reverence and what that means about God and like how we should live in response to God with reverence, right? And I was like, okay guys, when we're reading this, think about how Daniel lived a life of reverence to God. And so afterwards, I was praying, and I was like, okay guys, we're gonna pray that God would help us to also live lives of reverence to Him. And right as I was about to say, dear God, one of the kids was like, wait, Miss Heller, can we also pray on our knees like Daniel did? And I was like, oh my gosh. And all the kids were like, yeah, can we please do that? Daniel did that. And I was just like, it was one of the best moments that I've had at being a first year teacher so far, because all the kids were so excited, because in the Bible story, Daniel prayed on his knees 3 times every single day, even after they made a law saying you can't pray to anyone except Nebuchadnezzar, right? He still did that. And the kids understood that and wanted to also do that and like literally position themselves in a way that would be in reverence to God. And so that was one of the coolest things that I've experienced, and it was right here on this carpet, right here. So that's the first thing I've learned. 2 or 1.5, I guess we'll go to 1.5, was right here at this desk. I actually made a video about this, an entire video, so I'm not going to go into depth about it today, but this is where the student who was putting all her words in one big jumbled sentence, this is where that happened, right here. So go watch that, the link will be at the end. But that's 1.5. Okay, 2 is over here if you'd follow me, my lovely camera woman Grace. So this is where the second one happened. Now this is a pretty serious one, so I'm gonna take a seat, okay? Every day here we do prayer requests every morning, and this is like such a great time because I really get to know the kids and like what they're worried about, scared about, what's going on in their lives right here when they're all sitting here, and they all listen so well to each other's needs and like what they're thankful for. And from the first day of school, now we've had 47 days of school so far, but from day one of our kids raised her hand and was like, you know, my grandma has cancer, and I just pray that God would heal her and that she would feel better. And so all the kids, all 14 of them, knew that my student's grandma had cancer, and we were praying every single day that God would heal her. Now, God does not always heal, right? Not every single time that we ask Him to. And as actually we were praying more and more, she got more and more sick. And I did not tell the kids that, right? Her mom, the student's mom, was emailing me that, and I was getting all the updates. And one day her mom actually pulled her out of school, and all the kids were like, where'd she go? But they were going up to see her one more time because she was in hospice and they knew she was going to pass away. And then she ended up being gone for a whole week because her grandma did pass away. And all the kids care about each other so much, and they were like, Miss Eller, where is she? We miss her so much. And finally I was like, okay, I gotta tell them. And we had this moment here on the carpet where like I explained to them, you know, her grandma did pass away and now she's in heaven with Jesus because she was a Christian, which made that conversation a lot easier. And like you could see on their faces they were like in so much pain for their friend and like just felt that. And I always have one of them pray on that donut stool actually right there, and they get to use the little microphone. But one of my kids was praying for all the needs in the class, and I will never forget this. And the student whose grandma passed away was gone, and we were all praying, and the first thing she said was, "Dear Jesus, I just pray that you would be with," or Grandma, I hope that she's so happy with you in heaven right now and just so happy to finally be with you and out of pain. And she went on to pray for everything else, but like, I will never forget that moment. Like, she understood that her grandma, her friend's grandma, was with God, and that she was so happy, and she was like praying for that, and like that's the first thing she prayed. Not that she would have fun at recess, not that she would have a good day, but that, you know, her friend's grandma was doing well up in heaven with God. That was like, oh my gosh, one of the coolest moments ever. And just, I don't know, you realize like the kids are not just coming here and not learning anything. Like, they are understanding Jesus loves them, and you get to go to heaven when you die. It's so, if you love him and you live for him, right? So that was awesome. Whew, my heart right now. It was a great moment. So one more thing, and let me check my notes to see what that is, because I forgot. Oh, yes. Okay, I remember now. So let's just take a journey over this way. Right over here. To this jar, which sits here every day. Now, in this jar, I was hoping, because we got the Compassion magazine, you know, the Compassion magazine in the mail. I did, right? Every year I get that. Compassion is like my favorite nonprofit to donate to. This is not sponsored. I love them. Not sponsored by Compassion. But anyway, I talked to them about how, well, from day one, every day at lunch we pray, and I've talked to them about how not everyone has food in their lunch. Not everyone gets hot lunch. Not everyone has a cold lunch from home, right? There are kids who are hungry. And so I decided we should raise money for kids who are hungry. And I was like, these are 6-year-olds, like, they don't have a lot of money, so let's just try to do $18, which was what they recommended to feed kids who are hungry. And so I was like, okay guys, everyone bring in 4 quarters, do any chores around the house, ask grandma, grandpa, mom, and dad if you can bring in money, if you do chores, blah, blah, blah. Just let's try to each do $1, and then I'll bring in a couple so that we can get to that 18, right? I counted this the other day, $44. $44 they have brought in, all on their own. I brought in $1, okay? 44, so they brought 43, right? I was like blown away. These kids are 6 and 7 years old, and they are so generous. And every day when we pray before lunch, they not only pray that they would have a good day, but whoever prays always, and I didn't tell them to do this, they always pray that we would be able to fill that jar to help kids not to be hungry anymore. Like, oh my gosh, these kids are not just, like, you look at the world and you see everyone being so selfish and whatnot, right? Living for themselves. These kids understand life is not just about them and filling their stomachs. They understand they want every kid's stomach to be full. So that's another amazing moment I had with my kids. So yes. Okay, let's pause. I gotta take a break. Whew. So last thing I want to share with you, I want to go in the reading corner. The classic, right? You know, I want to share this with you. And I have my Bible out. You know what that means. Let's pull up a chair, shall we? All right, now that we're all settled, I just want to read a verse, give you a little thing to take away, even if you're not a teacher, don't want to be a teacher, whatever. Let me read this verse to you. This is Colossians 3:17. And whatever you do, whether in word or deed, do it all in the name of the Lord Jesus, giving thanks to God the Father through him. And I just want to say, like, I'm a teacher and I love my job. And I don't know, in Ecclesiastes, and you can look this up yourself, but there's a verse about how it's like there's nothing greater than like doing what God has gifted you in terms of a job, like, than doing it for him. Like, there's nothing else. And it's only like, honestly, like, there's only value to having a job if you're doing it for God and like wanting to use that to build the kingdom and like affect eternity. So take that and run with it, whether you're a police officer, nurse, doctor, bus driver, whether you work at 7-Eleven or a Pizza Hut. I don't know, I'm name dropping all these places right now, but for real, like, whatever you do, do it for God, and it will not be in vain. So I love my job, and I hope that you are encouraged that teachers are making a difference for eternity. They're not just, you know, nobodies, right? These kids are, you know, encouraging me, and if nothing else, like, I'm learning from them. So yeah. Oh, you're still here filming. Cool. Well, since you're here, I just wanted to tell you, because I know people will be asking where I got this from. Well, let me just tell you right now. It's from an amazing company called Enjoy Honey. Totally awesome Christian company that has very hipster dope clothing. Yeah, I can say dope because their stuff is dope. So yeah, called Enjoy Honey, and the website will be in the description below. I love all their products and what they are about, and so when they sent this to me, I was like, oh my gosh, you guys are so hipster. I am not hipster enough. That's why I did this and these. Yeah, fashion. No, but for real, their stuff is awesome and brings God so much glory. I love what they are about. So their stuff will be linked below for you. They're called Enjoy Honey, and I love them. So, and I love you too. So have a great day, and know that you are so loved and so beautiful.